Welcome back, everybody, to another Pittsburgh Pirates franchise video. We begin today at 76 and 55, just barely above the Brewers in the divisional race. Now, we are very close to getting into the month of September and the call-ups that follow, but today we are going to finish out August, where it's a loss against the Brewers in this divisional matchup to begin the series. Lots of hits today. We get 10 of them. We get 2 walks as well, 7 strikeouts for the guys, and a Spencer Horwitz home run day, as well as an O'Neill Cruz triple. It's just not enough to do it after Shane Baz completely falls apart. He only gets 1 out, allows 5 earned runs with 6 total off of 7 hits. Absolutely terrible. Carson Fulmer does pretty well in his efforts, and we use a lot of relievers, but yeah, that game is just out of hand quickly. In Game 2, we do bounce back and take a 5-2 win to increase our win total to 77 as we are trading back and forth with the Brewers. We get 8 hits and 4 walks. A Luis Arraez home run in the Wild. That's fun to see. Brian Reynolds will power 1 out as well. And then on the pitching side of things, Jared Jones, Santana, and Holderman combine for an excellent 9 innings of play. Colin Holderman was save number 41. That's really cool. All right, so we've traded back and forth. Now Zach Littell versus Nestor Cortez in Game 3. And that is a complete blowout. Wow, 1-10 we dropped that game with only 5 hits, 3 walks, and pretty much everybody failed on the pitching front. Starting with Littell, who picks up loss number 7 on the year, but all the way down the list to Hunter Harvey, giving up 2 earned runs and 2 2/3. It's not good either, and that's a rare one for him. So can we salvage it and at least split the series here, as we have the same record now as the Brewers, as we are vying for that top spot? This is the last time we'll play them this year, and we are tied here. They're doing better in their last 10 than we are, as we've split it and gone 500. But we are still 20 games up above the Reds in 3rd place, so no danger there. We are going to get into this game, as I think it's important as the last divisional meeting between us and what could be the deciding factor. Now, Andrew Abbott is going to take the mound today, and he's got his ERA down to a 4.04 over 142 innings. Been very, very happy with him since we've acquired him. And I do feel like, the danger that I spoke about with him was the walks that he would potentially give up. I think that it's gone a lot better than you would have thought when we first got him. And Terang will get out there to begin the game for Andrew Abbott. It's now 1-0 against Sal Frelick, and Abbott delivering only pitch number 4 here. That's a called strike on the sweeper that's up and out on the edge there. Let's try to go down and in now as it's 1-1. And Frelick will lift that into center field. A line drive that comes in for a 1-out single. And Abbott will not have the clean inning. There goes the no-hitter. Wow. Like that was really, a possibility here. Wow, Contreras lifts that deep to left field. It's high, but he was underneath it a little too much. That is a high and long out number 2. Okay. A little worried there at first, as that came off the bat pretty well, but now it's Rhys Hoskins. And he lifts that to left field, and it's fair, just barely. The throw in, and we'll get... Oh, they're going around. Okay, let's throw home, and yeah, we've got him. You're toast, bud. No reason to try that, but he did anyways, and that's an out. So that'll get us out of the inning. All right, top of the second here with Andrew Abbott, as I'm just going to control him, and I'll try to let the offense decide things on their own. And I just wanted to get some playtime in with Abbott because I was extremely pleased, obviously, with his debut with us here. And his first game where I think had a dozen strikeouts. And, oh, man, Churio's going to beat that. Yeah, he's too quick to have any mistakes when you're fielding something that he puts into play. So he's safe at first. But anyways, Abbott had a stellar debut with us, and I was really happy with that. He's been okay ever since, and the throw pulls him off the bag at first, so this inning will continue now. But Abbott overall has been absolutely fine, and that's just kind of what I needed. Mitch Keller was struggling just too much, too consistently, hovering over 4.5 for his ERA for a good portion of the year. And I think it was just time to make a change as we discovered how serious we could be here in year 2, vying for a playoff spot, either with a divisional win or with the wild card. And Abbott's got him. Great pitch on the outside edge, and that'll end the top of the 3rd. Moving forward now to the top 4, and William Contreras is back up to the plate, 0 for 1 today, and Abbott's pitch count's looking great. Contreras will find the gap, though, and it'll split into left center field. He's only got 40 speed, so that will be a stand-up double. Could have been a triple had that been somebody quicker, possibly. And Hoskins is back at the plate now, who's 1 for 1. He hits that, and he's well underneath it to pop it up into foul territory just nearby third base. And Abbott's got 1 out to bounce back. No double play unless there's some weird shenanigans like a strikeout and throw out on an attempted steal or something. And that'll sneak by into left field. It goes past third base. He actually bobbles it a little bit on the pickup, and that will instead be a double for Contreras. And the Brewers have scored the first run against us. And now Jackson Chourio, and he will watch strike 3. Abbott bounces back one more time. It's like he's got to let something happen before he can get the out that he needs. Can't just have a clean inning, and here we go again. We needed a third out. Instead, Lofton will line drive into center and drive in the second run for Milwaukee. And if that pattern holds, then we'll get Ortiz, and he weakly grounds it over to short. Throwing the shorter distance there to second. Yeah, we got her out. All right, top of the 5th now. Still waiting on the offense to wake up on our end of things. And that's a strikeout of Perkins on a beautiful curveball. Just right on the bottom of the zone. Only the 3rd strikeout, so we're not going to repeat that dozen day. But that's number 4 on the sweeper. And we get Hoskins for the first out here. 2 down now in the top of the 6th, and Chourio is back. And he hits that well. Stopped at first base to throw to Abbott, but no, Chourio's speed. It'll carry him there, and that is an infield single. Just, speed is so dangerous. One of the biggest weapons that's utilized in baseball that not many people think about until you see one of those blazing fast guys. But, man, the hustle and the effort, if you can run the first as if your life depends on it, you'll beat out a lot of those, infield singles or casual outs or whatever. So Abbott's relieved in the 7th, so we end the player lock, and the Brewers do go ahead to win this game, and they will take 3 out of 4 against us in the divisional matchup. All right, so now we're 77-58. We have gifted the Brewers the lead in the division one more time. As we continue to trade back and forth, it is still very competitive. With only 1 game between us, anything could happen, but on the wild card race, the Diamondbacks have surged up, and the Giants as well right under them. So, only 2.5 games distance between us and the Diamondbacks if we don't win the division. There is a month left of baseball to play, so it's not coming down on the wire yet. And we will take a 5-1 win over the Chicago Cubs in Game 1 of this series. Now Shane Baz in Game 2 will get the win. 79-58 we are now as we bounce back from that Brewers series, and that's a 3-hit day for Max Schumann. Sawinski goes 2 for 4 as well, and Schumann, Gonzalez, and Triolo all take a ball long. And then home runs for them. That's really cool. And we did only walk twice. I do want to see more of those. It feels like we're getting away from that discipline a little bit. The pitching was great, and Holderman gets save number 42. His ERA is a 1.77 right now. So that's a series win, and let's see if we can sweep them. Let's bring out the brooms against Chicago. Yes, we can. 5-2, and Jared Jones gets win number 11, and that'll put us back up above the Brewers. It's just a musical chairs situation here at the top of the NL Central, and now we've got a series versus the Angels, who are 55-83, well under 500 and perpetually struggling. And a situation here for Colin Holderman, bases loaded, 2 outs. Yeah, inject that into my veins. Let's go. Holderman has been absolutely dominant, and, I feel like it's every single video we get an opportunity to point out how good he's been, and here is yet another one. We're facing Mike Trout, obviously the most dangerous Angels hitter, and it's 0-2 against him with the bases loaded, top 9, and this is it, last chance that they've got. The pitch to Trout is targeted low and away. It goes high instead, and the sweeper will get him. He watches strike 3. A clear strikeout for Colin Holderman to strand the bases loaded and save this game one more time. Man, this guy's so good. All right, but it is September now, and it's time to pick up the phone and call up 2 men to join us. We need some reinforcements, and I've got some guys in mind. There are ones that I think should be considered or at least brought into the conversation, but I think Carmen Majinski has been absolutely stellar in AAA. He's seen good increases to his attributes overall. Last time we had him in the MLB, he had an over 4 ERA, but here in AAA through 73 innings, he's got a 1.22 ERA and a 0.83 whip. Majinski has absolutely proved his time in AAA that he deserves to come back to the MLB, and I'm excited to bring him back to help us out in the pen. Steve Seidlinker is the other one, and I went back and forth on this because obviously with his potential going up, his overall looking great, excellent increases, all signs are pointing towards Steve Seidlinker being ready. I just worry about the defense. In AA, he's batting .285 with a .357 OBP, a .493 slug for a combined .850 OPS. He's doing everything right down in AA, but he hasn't faced that higher level of competition yet. So there's guys that I'm also thinking about, like Emmanuel Rodriguez, a center fielder who is also seeing really good increases, except for the -1 power right. He's 23 years old, 72 overall. He's also on the cusp. In the MLB, he did have 118 at-bats and averaged over 250. He's about in the exact same spot here in AAA as far as the average, and he's been consistent. There's also Harry Ford, our catcher, that we're looking at and excited for his future. He has got very limited MLB time, and in AAA, he's just doing okay. So, like I said, guys that I think should be in the conversation, but ultimately it all comes down to Steve Seidlinker. And I think because of his high overall, the ceiling being pushed, and how incredible he's doing right now, I think we're going to take the chance. I think Seidlinker is going to come up, and so we need to add him to the 40-man roster, which unfortunately gives us the notice we got to take somebody off. And I'm thinking it's going to be Kyle Nicholas. We sent him down after last year as well, and he had a 6 ERA. He's not doing that great in AAA, so I think we're going to try to pass him through waivers and take him off the 40-man, and that'll create the spot for Steve Seidlinker. So we'll go ahead and add him to the MLB. He has been promoted, and he will see his first day of play here right now. Game 2 versus LA. As the Buccos trot out to the field, there is a new presence here. On third base, it is Steve Seidlinker making his MLB debut, and that's an awesome sign to welcome him. Welcome to Pittsburgh, Steve Seidlinker. Now, I am going to try to just quick manage my way through, except we hit a situation already here with Andrew Abbott on the top of the first inning with 2 men on, 2 out for Taylor Ward. We get 2 strikes against him as we've stepped in, but I mainly wanted to come in here and try to do a player lock of sorts with Steve Seidlinker. But if we get a situation, we'll step in. And we get a strikeout to bail out Abbott from the top of the first inning trouble. And it's now time. Bottom of the second. The first major league at-bat for Steve Seidlinker is officially here. It's a big day, both for this young man and for this franchise, as there's a lot of hopes pinned on the power of his bat and how consistently he can help us out. Marquez gets the fastball by him inside, and that's the first MLB strike, you guys. 96, right on the inside edge. The 0-1 pitch is a knuckle curve that Seidlinker gets a little bit piece of and fouls him away. Let's go Bucks, big chance. Fouled away again for Seidlinker. And his high vision is going to allow us to do a lot of that. It's going to allow us to do one of my favorite things, and that's push the pitch count and just drive it up. And look at all these foul balls we're getting away. It's still 0-2. Never mind, we'll take our first ball there as the knuckle curve misses. And here we go again, Marquez delivering. And that's a miss. This is also why it's so important. You push that pitch count, you make them tired. They're not as accurate. There's another foul ball. How many pitches is that through this at-bat? Oh, that's 8. 8 pitches down. And he's been dotting around the strike zone. No meatballs. Oh, Seidlinker's underneath that one. It's good contact, but he was under it, and he'll pop it up. And that is a 9-pitch at-bat for his debut. I'm still really happy with that you can force a pitcher to throw so much. And we'll skip forward now to the bottom of the 4th. And Seidlinker gets good contact, and it's unfortunately right at the second baseman. So 0 for 2 so far in his debut. But now bases loaded against Andrew Abbott. And that goes in the dirt. Rodriguez able to scramble and get it. But Logan O'Hoppy's at the plate. And it's now 1-1 as we get the called strike. And on the bottom there, number 62 in the MLB, that's prospect Steve Seidlinker. He's ranked pretty highly. Having a top 100 prospect make his debut is a pretty big deal and a good day. And off of the foul ball, the count will even up at 2-2 versus Logan O'Hoppy. We've had to bail Andrew Abbott out of a couple situations already. And that is lifted high for Reynolds. And because there's already two, the runners will continue to move, but that will end the threat of the bases loaded situation. All right, let's try to continue to quick manage here. Bottom of the fifth, Nick Gonzalez at the plate against Marquez. That is a ground out. And now Evan Carter, who is averaging .231, will add to that with a single. Luis Arise will then single behind him, and we've got two men on for O'Neal Cruz. And I haven't had a hit with him in a while. So let's go ahead and hop in. He's 0 for 6 in the series, 0 for 2 today so far, but it's 1-2 against him. Marquez is at 71 pitches, so we are driving it up. And that's hit well. It's perfect. It goes deep to center field. It's back, and it's gone. Clear the deck. There's a cannonball coming, and it's O'Neal Cruz bringing down the house with a 3-run blast. That's number 17 on the year, 404 feet. Wow, the guys are really pumped up about that. It's now 4-0 against the Angels. And we've chased out Marquez, and now it's Jackson Kawar. And Seidlinker again, but this time he lifts it to right field. We're getting a little bit further with each piece of contact that we hit. It's slowly getting out there. Maybe we'll get a home run next time. I do want to take another look at Majinski. Since we just called him up, we're debuting Seidlinker. It's a big day. And I wanted to welcome back Majinski in a big way as well. And Montgomery giving chase, and he picks it up in shallow center field. Majinski gets his first out back as he has rejoined the MLB squad. The line turns over for Zach Neto, and he hits that weakly. Seidlinker going to get a defensive highlight, and we've got him at first. There we go. Anthony Rendon now, and he lifts that into center field for Cruz. So Majinski with a really clean top of the seventh there, like that. Welcome back, and good job. Brian Reynolds now 1 for 3 on the day with 2 men on and 2 out in the bottom of the seventh. Brock Burke delivering, and that's taken to right field. It's going back, going deep. Did we do it again? Yes, we did. Only 351 feet, but that will do it as Brian Reynolds will power one out, and that's a 3-run blast for him. Number 26 on the year, and wow, that was a really short home run at 351. Luckily, it had the height to get up over that wall, but not a particularly deep shot, but 3 runs come in regardless. And Seidlinker is back in the bottom of the seventh, probably his last opportunity, and he lifts that to left center field, and it will not reach the warning track, and that will end the seventh. And through the end of the game, we do win 7-1. A really strong victory, but unfortunately, we just did not get to have the offensive highlight with Steve Seidlinker. We do end up shutting and blowing them out, 8-0 in Game 3. And wow, 13 hits, 5 walks for the guys. We got another Brian Reynolds home run. Max Schumann joining him and going over the wall as well. And 3 doubles on the day. Arise, Carter, and Montgomery. For pitching, it was Paul Skeens picking up 13 on the win category so far this year, and Sturzalecki with a clean inning behind him. Skeens picked up, oh no, the Astros have claimed Kyle Nicholas, so they will put him on the MLB roster for a little bit of time, and with his struggles in AAA, I just don't think he was going to do it for us. So I didn't really want him to pass through waivers, but I picked him because if he did get picked up by somebody, it would not break my heart. And we got a situation with Holderman, and I think let's go ahead and just simulate this one. It's the top of the 11th, and we do win 4-1. We beat the Padres. Awesome. All right, so that means that Holderman had another save, at least, maybe even another win. I'm not sure, but he's gotten a lot of wins in his situation as well. So not only is he near leading the save category, but he's also picking up a ton of wins. We only got 6 hits, and Luis Arise went 2 for 5 today. And Steve Seidlinker pinch hit for Evan Carter. He's got a hit and an RBI, and it was a home run. Steve Seidlinker on the pinch hit home run. Solo shot. Wow, that would have been really, really awesome for us to see when we tried to highlight it. But either way, very exciting for Steve Seidlinker, his first home run of his MLB career, and I think it's going to be a really, really good one. Yeah, Holderman did get win number 10 right there, like I was highlighting. And he is also now the save leader with 44. He has passed Helsley, McGill, Ginkel, and Walker. Wow. We've been following the journey of Colin Holderman for a while, and last year, when I thought he was having one of his best years, he pitched 46 innings for a 3.72 ERA, 31 saves, and 8 blown saves. He has passed it leaps and bounds so far. 44 saves, 6 blown, so he's got a ton more, 2 less, 70 innings pitched, and a 1.66 ERA. Colin Holderman has been just the absolute epitome of the man. It's been incredible. We win in game 2, but Joey Wentz has pulled a hamstring, and he'll be out for a week or 2. We'll add him to the 15-day. Yeah, a 4-2 win is another series win for us, as it took 7 hits to do it with 5 walks. Schumann and Triolo both going for a triple today, and then 3 doubles between Cruz, Reynolds, and Triolo. On the pitching side of things, Jared Jones gets win number 12, and wow, I actually didn't notice he has 14 losses on the year. That's a lot. But Holderman has saved 45 to hopefully increase his lead there, atop of the league leaders. And now in Game 3, as we seek to sweep them after we swept Chicago, LA, and San Diego now. Wow, that is quite a stretch for us. 9-1 in our last 10, and we are 86-58, 2 games now above the Brewers, creating a little bit of space. But I want to take a look now at some of the minor leaguers. And guys like Connor Griffin, he's averaging 211. Termarr Johnson averaging 216 is not doing as well as I would have hoped, but he is seeing great increases to his attributes, minus the contact lefties, a -7. That's pretty terrible right now. So I don't know why the power lefty is going up, but Emmanuel Rodriguez in center field is a 72 overall, averaging 253, seeing really good increases as well, so he's definitely an outfield prospect to watch at only 23 years old. He's got plenty of time and a high ceiling to grow into. Harry Ford is averaging 245. He's got 8 home runs and 27 RBIs, and he is also getting pretty good development except against lefties. That seems to be the reigning theme here, as we just cannot hit left-handed pitchers. On the bench, we've got Alika Williams, who is a 60 overall, which is still very low, but he's getting some good attribute increases as well. He's 26, so he doesn't have that much time, but we're working on it. Down in Double-A, the report on Alex Diaz looks very good. He's only got D potential, but he's a 66 overall. He is mashing lefties with a +7 to contact left. His vision and discipline has gone up, and so is his fielding. And right now, he's averaging 322. Wow. His slugging is 409, which is below his OBP. But through 320 at-bats to average 322, yeah, that's a Luis Arraez type archetype right there. Low slug, high contact. Colt Emerson at 20 years old is now a 66, seeing really good increases to his attributes as well. Really love that the defense is not something we have to worry about. And in Double-A, he's averaging 273. He has struck out 103 times, though, and that's a little worrying. Sammy Ciani is averaging 246, a 68 overall at 25 years old, and he's got decent offensive attributes. Let's take a look at the pitchers now and update where these guys have been. Starting with the MLB, Paul Skeens at a 2.06 ERA with a 0.90 whip. Shane Baz, a 3.27 ERA, and last year he matched Paul Skeens in a lot of categories, and Skeens has pulled away well ahead of him this year. Jared Jones is up to an 88 overall and seeing really good increases for his attributes and a 3-something ERA. Yep. Zach Littell is actually seeing a little bit of regression here. Several categories have negatives. Andrew Abbott is up to an 80 overall, and he's seeing good increases. Just 1 or 2 here, but except for hits per 9 has gone up 3. In AAA, Bubba Chandler is seeing a little bit of regression to his stamina, but everything else has been coming up, and he's a 74 overall. He's got a 3.25 ERA with a 1.30 whip, so in AAA, that's pretty good, but you expect those numbers to worsen as he faces higher level competition in the MLB, so I think the Chandler AAA play was right to go to instead of trying to promote him. Bailey Falter had a good year with us last year, but we just didn't quite have the room within the rotation, so he was sent down to AAA after a 3.37 ERA year, and that was really tough to do, but he's really performing well. He's got a 2.91 ERA in AAA right now, and he's up to a 74 overall. Max Meyer, one of our recent acquisitions, is up to a 76 overall, seeing really, really good increases to his K per 9 and hits per 9. The K is a +6. He had a 4.78 ERA in his time in the major leagues so far this year when he was with Miami. We sent him down, and he's now down to a 3.12 ERA and a 1.01 whip. So I do think AAA development time was the right move for Max Meyer as well. And in his last 10 starts in AAA, 7 of them have been quality starts. He's got a 3.53 ERA over the last 10. He has been doing awesome. Darnell Smith, however, the fun knuckleballer that you may remember from my minor league highlight video. Darnell Smith was a lot of fun to play with, but his overall has come down now to a 73, and he's got a 4.67 ERA and a 1.42 whip. So I think any thoughts of Darnell Smith seriously making the MLB roster are now completely behind us. Thomas Harrington down in Double-A. We had to send down because Triple-A was too tough for him, and he is still not doing well. In Double-A, he started 11 games. He's gone 50 innings with a 4.97 ERA and a 1.70 whip. In the last 10 games, he's only registered 2 quality starts, and he's got a 5.32 ERA over the last 10 games. It's just been really tough for Harrington, and one of those rare development cases that we haven't found what works yet. Anthony Solometo, at 23 years old, is up to a 70 overall, and he's doing really well with a 2.99 ERA and a 1.23 whip. Simple as that. Steve Hajar, at 25 years old, or Hajar, I'm not sure which, I haven't said his name enough. 69 overall now and a 2.74 ERA over 141 innings. He has been working a lot and doing really well at it. Brennan Malone is also doing really well. 25 years old. He's a 68 overall, and his attributes are lower than what I would say is close to MLB ready, but he's performing as if he is. A 2.73 ERA and a 1.21 whip. Hunter Barco is also doing very well at a 69 overall, just about to get into the 70s there, and his attributes have seen good increases. He's at a 3.22 ERA, so the Double-A pitching rotation feels very strong right now. All right, we lose game 1 versus the Athletics. It's 0-1. They are 73 and 71, just hovering over 500. And the Athletics is a reminder for me. I want to take a look. There's somebody there that we know I want to check on. So we'll go to the Athletics, and where is he? There he is. IKF, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, has seen really good increases to his attributes. He's a 78 overall now, and can you believe it? He's averaging 280 with a 420 slug, well above anything he ever did with any of the teams in his history. It's a career year for IKF, and even if it's not with us, I'm still happy for him. All right, let's go back to Game 2 now, as we have swept several quality teams, but now we guarantee a loss in the series versus the Athletics. It's 2-5 in Game 2. For Game 3, Shane Baz gets the start, and it's 0-2. We get shut out twice from the Athletics of no particular city. How does that make sense? And now we're back to being tied in the division. So us and the Brewers are both 7-3 in our last 10, and we move on to a series versus the Cincinnati Reds. And we bounce back in a big way with an 11-3 win. Lots of offense today, 20 hits all told, 11 RBIs, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Evan Carter with 2 home runs today. Montgomery and Schumann go for a pair, and O'Neal Cruz also takes one out. Jared Jones, win number 13, and Carson Fulmer goes 4 innings. Wow. Alrighty. So that's a win. Big way to bounce back. Zach Littell in Game 2. And first, Brendan Dixon has an inflamed hip and 1 to 2 weeks, so we'll put him on the 10-day. And yeah, we did win in Game 2, so a series win to bounce back. Let's check the box score. We get 8 hits, 8 walks. Wow, that's a lot more like it. O'Neal Cruz goes yard again, and then we get 3 doubles. Arise, Cruz, and Schumann all picking up the extra base hit. And on the pitching side of things, Zach Littell got 10 wins, or his 10th win, Bednar hold 37, Holderman save 47. ZRA's down to a 1.59 now, you guys. This is very exciting. All right, Game 3. Holderman tasked with closing it out with 1 man on. Yeah. Got to see it. It's a 3-2 game right now, and Holderman has only thrown 2 pitches. They show bunt. Austin wins. Holderman will grab it and throw it to first, and we will accept the sacrifice bunt. It's now 0-1 against Spencer Steer. And he lifts that high for Sawinski. It's a long way to run. And Sawinski will make it. They've got good speed on second base, so they will chance it. And rightfully so, they will take third. But there's now 2 outs. Tying run 90 feet away, and Holderman with pitch number 7 to Santiago Espinal. And he'll get a grounder there. Holderman reaches it, and we've got him. All right, Holderman assisting there, and he will get yet another save. Hugely incremental to the success of this team this year, and I could not be more thrilled about it. And there we go. We have pulled ahead one more time. Like I said, musical chairs here at the top of the division. And now we've got a series versus Chicago. Paul Skeens in game 1, and wow, that's a loss. Okay. That's his 7th of the year. And game 2, we get Shane Baz, and here's a critical situation against Justin Steele. Let's hop in. Brian Reynolds at the plate, and it is bases loaded, 2 outs. It's only the bottom of the 5th, so early for the situation, and Reynolds lifts it to center, but that is a line drive out. So we'll strand 3. Alrighty. So, because it's that early in the game, I'm going to go ahead and just simulate out the rest of this. And Chicago does take the win. All right, so after sweeping the Cincinnati Reds, we take a loss here to Chicago in games 1 and 2. So we lose 0-1 in the second game. And in game 3, we've got another save situation for Colin Holderman.
1-1.
Really familiar now how often we hop in with him, huh? And Gary Sanchez to left. Reynolds does not get a good reaction and jump there. Oh, no. So he'll play it in left field, but that will bring across the go-ahead run for the Chicago Cubs. And I don't know if that was me on the stick, like with the reaction time, or if it was just Reynolds, like with his attributes or what, but that's not good. Not only have we blown the save, like we're in line to lose this thing now unless we can come back. And yeah, that's what we're going to try to do. I feel really bad about that one. So we'll step into the bottom of the 9th with Luis Arraez, and it's 0-2 against him. And we've got Phil Bickford on the mound. And we miss that circle change, down and in. That's a really tough pitch. Brian Reynolds now, the guy who it could be his fault that we're in this situation at all, as we're down 1. Could be my fault, could be his. He'll lift that to center field, though. It's good contact. It's going back. And Reynolds has made up for it. 420 feet, a solo shot. And this game is tied. There we go. Home run number 30 for Brian Reynolds. Clear the deck one more time, you guys. This has been a really exciting video for home runs. Wow. All right. Well, now there's a chance to walk it off, and we've got Spencer Horwitz at the plate, who has been pretty quiet in his videos lately. And he'll line drive out to center field, and that's out number 2. All right, well, I wonder if we could do something special here. Let's try to put in Steve Seidlinger for a pinch hit opportunity, see if he can possibly walk this game off for us against the Chicago Cubs. How exciting would that be for the fans here at PNC Park? And oh my gosh, did he do it? No, it's going to go foul. Oh, we were so close, you guys. 6.3 feet. Oh, that's all the distance. There's baseball players taller than that. Oh, one body away from the walk-off home run, and instead it's out. Oh, that just would have been sensational. What a heartbreak. All right, so Holderman's back out there. And we've got to hold him one more time or possibly set him up for the win, as we will get Michael Busch to pop up behind home plate for the first out. That ghost runner on second will remain in place. It's 0-1 against Tyrone Taylor. Broken bat there. Horwitz reacting. The throw to first. And we got him with an athletic grab by Holderman. The runner does advance to third, but we've been in this situation many times. And it's Kevin Alcantara at the plate. And he hits that to Montgomery. He bobbles it, but the throw back to first is in time. And Holderman has given us another walk-off opportunity now in the bottom of the 10th. We've got the ghost runner on. It's Colson Montgomery up to the plate. 1-2 against him. Phil Bickford delivering the throw. And Montgomery lifts that to right field. It's going back, and it's gone! That's another home run! The Pittsburgh Pirates have walked it off! There we go! How exciting! And for one of our newer guys to do it, that's even more pleasing. Very, very nice vibes here from the Pittsburgh Pirates as we are in the month of September celebrating at home plate for the walk-off home run as we are near guaranteed a playoff position between the division and the wild card matchups. It's looking really good for the month of October, you guys. And I think that's a good spot to end this, as we have just reached our 90th win of the year. 90-63, one above the Brewers, and we are just about ready for some October baseball. I think I am. Are you guys? Let me know. See you next time.